All right, so we've got this difference quotient. It's f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. Well, I just defined this as being f of x plus h. So I take that value and I plug it in for the f of x plus h. And then what does it say that I'm supposed to subtract from that?
F of x.
And that's the original problem that they give us. So I subtract from it 3x squared minus 2. And this is all over h. So from here, what I do is I end up distributing the negative and also squaring this term right here. So I've got 3 times x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 2 minus 3x squared plus 2 all over h. And then on the next step, I distribute the 3 into that parenthesis, so it's 3x squared plus 6xh plus 3h squared minus 2 minus 3x squared plus 2, and again, that's all over h. All right. When you're dealing with the difference quotient and you're dealing with polynomials, when you get to this step right here, where you've distributed the negative, you distributed any number, you've raised any binomials to any powers that you're supposed to raise them to, when you get to this step right here, if the term does not have an h in it, it needs to cancel out. If it doesn't cancel out, then you've done something wrong. So, here's my 3x squared. It cancels out with this negative 3x squared. My negative 2 cancels out with my positive 2. And sometimes there are h's that you can combine. In this case, there's not. So I rewrite my new rational expression as 6xh plus 3h squared over h. Is there a question about that?
Nope.
All right. Well, when you get to this step, like I said, it's convenient that all of those 9 h terms cancel out because now everything has an h in common, so we can factor the h out. So I've got h times 6x plus 3h over h, which those go play with the dodo birds, and we've got 6x plus 3h as our solution. Is there a question about that? So this is called the difference quotient. I want to do one more of these, and then we will move on. The second one, has anybody completed that homework section 2.2? Heard some of you say that y'all had worked on it. Are you finished it?
I'm almost done.
Have you run into many difference quotient problems in there?
The one I'm on right now, number 15, is f of x plus h minus f of x over h.
Okay.
And f of x equals 2x.
Okay. So, well, let's just do that problem. F of x equals 2x. So I'm doing your homework problem for you. All right. So, I just hope I don't mess up. A lot of pressure on me.
I got 3 times.
What now? You got 3 attempts. Okay. So it's f of x plus h, and that would be 2 times x plus h. Are we good with this?
Yes.
All right. So now I go, and I just like writing this out until I get the hang of it. Just because it helps me organize my thoughts. Again, this is the formula. You plug these values into this formula. You don't plug anything here into anything up here. So just get used to doing that. So we have f of x plus h is 2 times x plus h. F of x is 2x all over h. So we get 2x plus 2h minus 2x over h. Okay, like I said, we've distributed everything we can distribute. There weren't any polynomials we had to raise to particular powers. So at this step right here, if it doesn't have an h in it, it should go away, and does it? Yeah, you got your 2x and your negative 2x. So you're left with 2h over h, which is 2. Now, a brief side note on this. This, if you go on to take calculus, this right here is going to tie in to how you find the slopes of curves. You got to assume some things about this for it to work, but this is going to be what you're going to go about solving for slope. So let's think about it. It makes a little more sense in this one. F of x equals 2x. If I gave you that line, or this equation, and you were in Algebra 1, what would you tell me that the slope is? Well, it's y equals mx plus b. B is 0, so what's your slope? 2. So that's what we ended up getting the answer there, 2. Now, what it means in this case right here is the x value is going to end up controlling what your slope is. But like I said, if you go on and take calculus, you'll see this applied. They want you to learn the formula in college algebra. That way, when you see it the first time in calculus, it's something familiar to you, and you're a little bit stronger with it. All right, the next thing we're going to look at is a piecewise function.